Good morning, guys. We've got bad news, good news, and some bad news and some good news. So we'll start with the bad news first. We had 15 selections, as you know, and look, although we got four winners, and this is what we described, they were pretty short odds, and it was really hard to win. Our long shots in Queensland must have got a bit of rain. The races got cancelled off after race three, so we only had one selection there. And although we had some good winners, this is our best winner, Sergeant Major at 650, which was a big help. We had four winners. We still lost a unit. Maybe with the back Wonder Boy, you got bigger deductions. They didn't deduct with me Bet365, but you might have lost 1.5 units then. So that's the bad news, which is actually pretty good to get out of a day only losing 1.5 unit. But like I explained, these big days are really difficult to find value on these big race days. It's better when the races quieten down a little bit. So I don't think that was that bad, but that's bad news number one. Bad news number two is normally we've got 5, 6 selections, and with the $50 vouchers, I can do an even spread across the selections, and we know we're going to get some winners, hopefully, and get some good money in your accounts. But this time with so many selections, you couldn't cover it all and be worthwhile. So I decided to pick one horse. There was some great horses like Via Sistina paying around $2. We could have put 50 to win 50. But I decided to pick one that I thought was a really good chance, was not a bad odds. And we used the betting vouchers on a $5 chance. So the $50 we're going to win 200. And I was really confident. And that was in the last race in Perth. And the bad news is he didn't fire a yelp. This is him here, in the back here. And boy, we're confident. And see his action here? Like that action there, there was something wrong with this horse. This action, see his legs going in and out. That action is not fully reaching. Look there, ducks in there. The jockey puts the whip. He wants to try. Look at his head hanging there. He's feeling something, that horse. Feeling something in the run, and he was most disappointing. He was second favourite and most disappointing in the run. But looking at that replay, I heard it on the car on the way home from the Bendigo races, and he didn't fire you up, and I was like, something's wrong. And then when I saw the replay, his action was all wrong, and the horse was definitely feeling something and uncomfortable. So that can happen. That can happen where, the horse, something's not right with the horse. And that's the case with that one. But I was really disappointed. I'm always trying to get money in your members' accounts, and I was really disappointed that one we picked didn't even give us a run. So I like you to have fun, at least something to cheer about. So that was really disappointing. That's bad news number two. Let's get to some good news now. All right. Good news number one is, we've got bad news 1 and 2, and now we've got good news 1 and 2. Good news number one, we had our Sydney Cup sweep. Bad luck for those who didn't get the winner. Good luck for George. George pulled Arapaho, was paying $21, so it seemed to always be upsets in these staying races. And he won almost $300, so $290 for George for pulling Arapaho in the Sydney Cup. And he just didn't win, he bolted him. Have a look at this.
Second crack at the Sydney Cup, and today's the day. Arapaho, a big winner. Both of them at big odds got up to run second. River of Stars
awesome.
third,
So
and mostly cloudy as the bastion. Chico.
Really happy for him. I wonder if he was this excited as this guy here, the trainer. They start almost like in a mosh pit here. Very excited here. Yeah, look, they're still going. So look at them, they're about to have a fight. So, nice winner, good winner. Ridden by Rachel King, a beautiful girl jockey, got lovely hands in the staying race, and she did awesome. There they are, Arapaho, and that was a good win for George. Well done. So, if you watched Friday night, The Dynamite tip, we're going to do something different and play a three-legged multi and draw someone for the three-legged multi. Was what we covered Friday night.
Go into the Dynamite tip. Like I said, we're going to do something different. We're going to do a $100 multi for the lucky member that we spin. And that $100 multi, we're just going to do the three champions. Hopefully they can salute. It's going to pay $5. Yes, we're going to do Autumn Glow, Up and Coming Champ, into Treasure the Moment to win the Oaks, and into the Big Champ via Sistina. Actually, now I think about it, Treasure the Moment has been a Dynamite tip, has won for a lucky member, and so has via Sistina. So we've got two Dynamite tips rolled in. The new inclusion is Autumn Glow. So
that's right. So we had the three, and it's funny, the two Dynamite tips via Sistina and Treasure Moment won for our members before. You might have been on the receiving end of that. And what happened, the Autumn Glow, the new inclusion was scratched. So it was going to be $100 to win $400, but then because of one of the horses was scratched, it was $100 to win $220. And Thomas drew the $100 Dynamite tip. And then his better half, Zoe, drew a $50 voucher. And I got an email saying they wanted her to follow the multi of the Dynamite tip multi. So they ended up having $150 on this multi to win $330, almost $350. Here it went. Here how it went with the two champions. Let's have a look. Okay, I had good money on this horse, and of course I wanted our members to win. And this was a very slowly run race. This is Treasure the Moment here. I was very upset with the ride. It didn't take off. And you can see the leaders, and he cuddles him before the turn, and then gets into him, and she hits a flat spot. And she's so much better than these horses, but they sprinted away. Look at that gap. They sprinted away, and I wasn't happy with the ride. It was a good jockey, but look at her go now.
She's really lifting. Sun and Sand in front, but Treasure the Moment captures the moment. Another big win, claiming.
Oh, there's a sigh of relief there, as you can see on the screen, and same with us. Yeah, when they go so slow like that, and you got the best horse in the race, and then they've got a sprint and they suddenly take off, it brings the other horses in the race. And even though she just won, that was a fantastic effort. And then we had the second part of the leg for Zoe and Thomas to get $300 in their account. We were on the champion via Sistina. Well, Via found a bit of trouble. She drew barrier one. This is the best horse in the world with the best jockey in the world. You can see her just here, and she's behind the horse that ends up running last. He is not going anywhere, and this jockey here doesn't want him let him through. So you can really watch Via Sistina here is in a lot of trouble trying to get around a horse that's going backwards onto its lap and trying to get out. Watch this race. Exciting. See her there? This horse here, see the jockey starting to ride and dig, and it's going nowhere. He's pushing it very much, but it doesn't go. And look at Via, putting her head up. This jockey doesn't want to let him out. She's got her head sideways, trying to get through this gap. Look at her there. She got checked out, and she has to get right around lost ground. And she peels through them here. She's got some room now. And when she's got the room, she explodes. Go Via. Go the champ.
Chael Wolf down the outside, but Via Sistina takes the lead inside the 100. She's drawn clear from Dubai Honor and Tom Kidden, and Via Sistina equals the record of the Great Winks for 7 group.
Great horse, and we were telling everyone, we had on Instagram, that this horse was ready to explode to a new rating. A lot of people were tipping against it. She started at an amazing price, around $2. Actually, we took the double early. We would have got that multi a lot better price if we took it later. But I just can't believe the knockers for the horse. She was set up for a Winx-like performance. Winx would start $1.20 in that race, and she started $2.10. Amazing. But what we rapped about is, again, putting good money in a member's account. That we've got $300 into that, almost $350 into that household, $300 to George. And although we couldn't get into every member's account, we last week got $150 into the accounts of the betting vouchers. So we can't do it every week, but we do it more often than not, and we're really proud of that. And look, there's some members that just haven't had the same luck as others. If you haven't, hang in there. It will come around. And a household that got $300, that's like almost 3 years of membership. So even if you haven't had much luck, hang in there, because when you do, when you really get the real good luck, it's going to put you way ahead and you can still win that fuel. So, hey, have a great Sunday. Enjoy still the good weather here in Melbourne anyway, and watch the footy and go out with the family, whatever. It's with your partner, family, kids. If you're working, I'm sorry about that, but it's a great day, so get out there and enjoy, and I'll see you guys next week, next Friday. Thanks, guys. Bye.